Assalamualaikum, what's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I wanna explain about the passive voice. So what's the point of the passive voice? Is it really important? Yes, understanding the passive voice is important. In this lesson you will learn what it looks like, why it's useful, and you will practice using it with me. The passive voice is used often by native English speakers. It's a mistake to think that it's only used in formal speech. It's also used informally quite a bit. So stay with me through this entire lesson. Keep focused, it's not that long. So, why should you use the passive voice? Well, there are times when you don't want to say who or what did the action. Maybe you're trying to avoid responsibility for some. Maybe you're trying to avoid responsibility for something you did, or you don't want to get your mate into trouble, or maybe you don't know who did the action, or perhaps the object is the most important or the most interesting part of the sentence. That means it's the thing that the action is happening to, not the thing that it's doing the action. You can use the passive to change the focus on your sentence. To understand the passive voice, I should first explain the active voice, but you already know it. It looks like this. The children ate the cake. Subject, verb, object. The subject does the action to the object. Now imagine, you left for work in the morning and there was a whole cake on the kitchen table. But by that time you got home, it had completely disappeared. You don't know who ate it. I mean, you could probably guess, but you don't know. Where's the cake? The cake was eaten by somebody. So the solution is to use the passive voice because we don't know who ate the cake. Sometimes we're just more interested in the object of the sentence rather than the subject. English speakers frequently use the passive voice, but this lesson is not about English speakers, it's about the passive voice. It's the most important thing. So we can change it to say the passive voice is frequently used by English speakers. You will often read passive sentences in newspapers when the journalists can't say who did something. Maybe because they don't know. It's also used in scientific reports and legal documents because in the information has to be objective. So often there is no subject. Now, some other really common passive expression that you already know. Be born. You don't say, my mother bore me on June 23rd, 1999. But we say, I was born on 23rd, 1999. When your friend tells you about his new collection, he won't say, people call him Tony. But he will say, he's called Tony or he's named Tony. The Stand was written by Stephen King. The movie Deadpool was directed by Tim Miller. The national anthem was sung by Freddie. It's all of these examples you can see the structure of the passive voice of be verb followed by past participle. You might think we only use the past participle in the perfect tenses. Yes, we do use it in the perfect tenses. And in the passive voice, if you see the verb followed by the past participle form, you know that this is a passive voice sentence. Let's go back to the first example to explain the form of the passive sentence. If our active sentence is the children ate the cake, the passive sentence is the cake was eaten by the children. The object of the active sentence becomes the subject in the passive sentence. To make this change, we need to follow 6 steps. Step 1. Identify the subject, the verb, and the object of the sentence, of the active sentence. Step 2. Move the object to become the new subject of our sentence. Step 3. Check the active sentence. What is the verb tense? This is important because the passive voice exists across different tenses. So you must check the tense to make your passive sentence correct. The children ate the cake is in the past simple tense. Step 4. Conjugate the verb be so that it's in the same tense as the main verb in the active sentence. We need to change our be verb to the past simple so it becomes was or were, depending on a new subject. Our new subject is the cake, so we choose was. The cake was. Step 5. Add the past participle of the main verb after be. Looking back at the active sentence, the main verb is eat, but in the past participle, it's eaten. So we get the cake was eaten. Step 6. Decide what to do with the subject of your active sentence, the children. In the passive voice, you don't have to include the thing that is doing the action. You can completely remove that former subject from your sentence, and that's helpful if you don't know who ate the cake, or you don't know, or you don't want to say, or it's only important, or it's not important. But you can add it to the end of your tenses of your sentence with the word by. The cake was eaten by the children. Let's look at some more examples together. The house was built in 1893. The car will be sold by the weekend. The washing had been left out in the rain. Many people's lives were saved. Can you see the passive from here? The be verb, always here. It tell us the tense. It helps describe when something's happened and also agrees with the subject. People's lives were saved. The house was built, and the be verb is always followed by the past participle. We can also explain who or what did the action by adding by. The house was built by grandfather. His car will be sold by the salesman. The washing had been left out in the rain by her husband. Many people's lives were saved by the volunteers. Let's try a new sentence together. Can you remember the 6 steps? Here's the sentence. Someone has stolen my neighbor's car. This is an active sentence. So, step 1. Identify the subject, verb, and object. Step 2. Make the object of the subject. Step 3. Determine the tense. It's the present perfect. And then the step 4. Conjugate the verb be in the present perfect. Has, been. And then step 5. Add the past participle is stolen. Step 6. Decide what to do with the subject. Someone. Since we don't know who it is, it's fine to leave it out. My neighbor's car has been stolen. But if you want to say my neighbor's car was being stolen by someone, and it's right, or even by. So the passive form always includes the be verb with the past participle if you need to include who or what did the action by using by. Here are 3 more examples to practice with. First, we made lots of money in 22 becomes lots of money was made by us in 22. The second, I will clean the house on Monday becomes the house will be cleaned by me on Monday. And then the last, he built the house for his parents becomes the house was built by him for his parents. Okay, maybe that's all enough for me. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and I'm sorry for any mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.